Behind me is a Mercedes C300 Coupe. And if you keep on watching, you'll know why this is the most beautiful coupe Mercedes built.
Good news, this car is currently for sale, so watch until the end for the sale details.
Let's roll with the intro.
Yeah, we don't have one, just no.
Well,
okay, let's start with the exterior of this car. So it doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure out that this is one of the best looking coupes out there. And this particular car has basically a blacked out grille, blacked out badges and a blacked out front lip. So it helps make the car look so much better. And the C300 series, especially the coupes, they have the AMG styling package as standard. So this looks quite amazing. And the bonnet of the coupe is much longer than the sedan. And honestly, it looks quite amazing. And that brings me to the most important bit of the styling. Its front headlight. It is quite beautiful, especially the turn indicators. When you turn it on, it's just elegant.
now let's talk about the side. The main differentiation of the coupe between the sedan is that it has two doors. And the doors are quite long and it is also frameless. And another important difference is that this vehicle is 37 millimeters shorter than the sedan, which is this much of a difference. And we all know this much can make a huge difference. Another thing you may notice are these are the BBS 19-inch Nürburgring edition wheels, which cost $1,500 per wheel. So in total, it's $6,000.
Okay, now let's talk about the rear of this car. So the coupe gets a redesigned tail light, which is different to the sedan version, and I gotta say it looks quite amazing. And here at the back, if you notice, there's literally no badging except for the blacked out Mercedes badge. So you'll leave people guessing if it's a C63 AMG or a C300, but either way, both of them are amazing cars. Now, the Kim Kardashian-ness of this car, which is beauty enhancers. Now, if you look here, that's a fake vent, but I gotta say it looks amazing, and this actually does make a difference, so I'm not mad about it. Summing up the exterior, it's got pretty eyes, a nice body, and a scrumptious rear. So yeah, we love this car. Okay, so let's talk about the engine and the specs of this car.
So this vehicle comes with a 4-cylinder turbo engine which produces 241 horsepower and 370 Newton meters of torque, which also comes with a 7-speed automatic gearbox, and it comes with air suspension to make the ride more comfortable.
And this car is currently for sale for $48,000, and I do have to say that Mercedes doesn't depreciate as quick as its competitors BMW and Audi. So the competitors of this car was the BMW 4 Series and the Audi A5, and as we all know, the Audi depreciates the fastest, and then it's a BMW. And if you do get the Mercedes, chances are it will retain its value. Not again, bro, what the fuck?
Did you want to do that for the shot? If you want, I back out.
I'm gonna put that in.
Now let's talk about the interior. The seats are designed as sporty seats, but it's still luxurious, and it can be electronically adjustable, and it's heated as well. And one of the main things that I love about this vehicle is its panoramic sunroof, which is on top, which gives enough daylight during a hot summer day. For a vehicle which is built in 2016, the infotainment system is not touchscreen, so they could have done a better job. And the controls is all over here, and it is not at the ideal spot. Now looking at the storage space, as you can see, it is pretty hidden. You have to open it, and there's ample storage, which is good because you don't want it to be seen. And there is ample storage for bottles on the door bins, which is a plus when it comes to a long drive.
Just like Gavin said, the interior is quite amazing. You also get a leather steering wheel, and just like Gavin said, everything's basically hidden there, so that's a pretty cool feature. And I do have to say, this car comes with a Burmester sound system, and it sounds absolutely fantastic. And I do have to say that these buttons here, where they're kind of levers, they are quite amazing. They remind me of the Mustang that we tested, and the high quality, it just feels so special, and that's quite amazing. And you also get a clock here. It's very Bentley-like, and I gotta say, the interior design of this car is pretty amazing. And the AC dials are pretty cool as well. They just look pretty cool, and props to Mercedes for doing this, because it makes such a difference, especially when it comes to car enthusiasts. And now let's test the back. Okay, so in order to get to the back, you just gotta pull this forward and the seat automatically comes front. And there's not much space in here, so I'm just gonna send our short king to do the job.
Okay, so the short king is here. So let's do the job that Dino couldn't do. So you just gotta get in, you gotta cramp in and get in. And then the space is pretty much that. And then just that. And then I am suffocating.
Okay, so let's talk about the cool features of this car. The first one being one of my favorite things, kick to open the boot. So if you just kick it like you hate it, that didn't work, but let me just, there you go, that works. So yeah, you're just gonna kick it properly. But it closes as well. That's pretty cool. I didn't know that. So yeah, there you go, kick to open and close. Okay, here's another cool feature about this car. There is no reverse camera here, but if you put it to reverse, Gavin, it pops out. This car's steering wheel is electronically adjustable via the small lever over here, and it's just a pretty cool touch, and that's just German engineering for you. Another cool touch is that this is a coupe, so reaching for the seatbelt is a bit hard, but there's a feature where if you just close the door, it pops out. Someone's excited to see me. Okay, here's another cool touch. So this car is so driver focused because you get multiple switches here. You get to turn your parking sensors off, you get a 360 camera, and this car does have lane keep assist and basically cruise control as well. So let's say for example we press 360, it's gonna pop up right here, and that's a pretty cool touch for the Mercedes C300 Coupe. Also, another cool feature that we forgot to mention before, you get a heads-up display over there, which makes driving a bit safer.
Now let's talk about the annoying factors about this vehicle. Number one being the infotainment system is not a touchscreen. For this vehicle being manufactured in 2016, that is a huge problem that Mercedes could have solved. Another annoying feature about this vehicle is once the boot is open, while the key is there, and then you don't have the key, you can't close it. So you close it, and now I don't have the key. I can't open it, so I gotta go right in the front and then manually open it. If you park it way too close to another vehicle, since it has long doors, you gotta be extremely careful. So like I did this pretty intentionally, and now you gotta like creep out of the vehicle. So that is an annoying factor about this vehicle.
Okay, so let's go for a drive in the C300 Coupe. So the first thing that I gotta mention is you get your dynamic settings here, so you can select the car's mode. So currently we're in sport. Just gonna test out the sports mode. First things first, the acceleration. It is quite good. It's a quick car. It's not a fast car, but it's a quick car. The second you put your foot down, it responds. So I gotta say, this being a turbocharged car, it still doesn't have turbo lag, which is quite amazing, and it's steering. So this was not built for performance, but it was built for luxury. But I gotta say, it gets through the corners just fine. But reviewers have been saying that the BMW 4 Series steering is much more responsive compared to this, but until we test the BMW 4 Series we'll never know. But I gotta say, for a heavy car, I mean this car is a bit heavy, it gets through the corners just fine. Okay, so we're in comfort mode, and I gotta say the cabin is quiet. I still get tire noise, but that's a bit expected. And the air suspension is absolutely amazing. It is quite comfortable in here. Overall driving, I would say this car gets 8 out of a 10. It's quick, it's quiet, and when you want it to be comfortable, it just delivers. So yeah, that's that. That's where we'll leave the driving experience. Now let's get on to our final thoughts.
Now talking about the final thoughts of this car. For me, as a coupe, I absolutely love this vehicle. There's a few minuses like the long doors, not the very quiet exhaust, but other than this, I would give this vehicle 8.5 out of 10. What about you, Dinak?
Okay, yeah, so I gotta agree with Gavin. This is literally one of the best looking coupes out there. And yes, the exhaust is a bit too quiet and the engine could use a bit more power, but this car is not the performance version of in this lineup. If you want the performance version, you can go for the C63 or the C43 AMG. Yep. But overall, this car drives amazing, looks amazing. I would say yes, 8.5 out of 10 because, like, we agreed on this. It could be a bit louder and it could use a bit more power, but overall, amazing car.
And there is some things Mercedes could have done to improve the vehicle.
Yeah, exactly. There's a bit of things here and there, but I gotta say, this car is currently for sale for $48,000, and you do get the BBS Nürburgring wheels as well, which are worth $6,000, and it's got 72,000 kilometers on its clock. And I gotta say, it's worth every penny. If I had the money, would I get it? Yes, I would, because driving this, being single, mate, it just makes sense. What about you, Gavin?
Yeah, I would buy it as well, but right now I don't got 48,000, but you gotta settle for different things.
So if we do, I would be in this and with a passenger princess, but right now that's not the case. So if you want to buy the car, drop us a message and we'll go from there. See you guys, thank you, and subscribe.
And like the video.
Okay, here's another cool feature about this car. Too soon!
Nürburgring edition. This is a Nürburgring edition.
For you. Keep rolling, keep rolling.